I want to share an inspiring story with you that I came across about how one man can make a difference. The story takes place in the year 1281. This is the medieval ages. And at this point, the Mongolian Empire rules the known world. They've taken over all of China, Russia. They're engaged in battles with the knights of Europe. They're it right now. And there's a little island off of the continent called Japan. And so the Mongolian Empire decides, hey, we're going to check out what these samurai are all about. And they roll into Japan with an enormous armada. To give you an idea of the scope of how big the Mongolian armada is, it's not until D-Day of World War II that there is a larger military armada. So this enormous armada rolls up to one of the bays of Japan, and of course I'm going to be paraphrasing this invasion here for the sake of time. There's a minor skirmish that takes place, and coming late to the battle is one man, one samurai by the name of Kono Michiari. Now Kono is extremely upset that he has missed his early opportunity to engage with the Mongolian invaders. And so he pitches his tent out on the beach on the other side of the encampment of the samurai in full view of the Mongolian armada. All their ships can see him quite clearly out there on the beach. And as he's out there, as the story goes, a bird comes by, picks up one of his arrows, and flies out towards the ocean, towards the Mongolian armada. Well, Kono takes this as a sign from the gods. He's supposed to engage right now. So he gets together a handful of his friends. They get together in a couple of little boats, and they row out to the Mongolian armada. Well, as you might imagine, this enormous armada assumes that these, couple of little rowboats that come out there are an envoy from Japan to parley and negotiate terms of surrender with this enormous force that's been assembled. So they row right up to the admiral's flagship unscathed. Kono unsheathes his samurai sword, chops the mast of the ship down, runs up the mast of the ship along with his friends onto the deck of the flagship of the armada, and they just go blender on deck of this boat. It takes a few moments for the Mongolians to figure out what's going on, and then they start to fight back. There are a few casualties, on the side of Japan, but Kono and his friends eventually succeed in taking hostage the admiral of the Mongolian armada and set fire, in addition to that, to the entire ship. So now the flagship of the armada is on fire. Kono and his friends are rowing with haste back to Japan with the admiral hostage. And because of the smoke and the fire, the other ships can't direct accurate fire onto the little rowboats. So now here's the armada wondering, what do we do now? The flagship is down, our admiral is hostage. Let's relocate and re-strategize this. In the process, an enormous tsunami rolls in, trounces half of the Mongolian armada, and the invasion of Japan is over. It's over because of one man with a sense of passion and determination. I was so inspired by that story, I thought I would share it with you. And for those of you who might be watching this who are believers, I just want to also encourage you with these words. You know as well as I do that in life we face a variety of challenges that come our way, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed. You look around at our society, or you watch the news, and you see a lot of challenges that we face. I want to encourage you to stand up, make a stand, be passionate about what you believe and what is true. In Leviticus it says, 5 of you will chase 100. 100 of you will chase 10,000, and your enemies will fall by the sword before you. In the book of Joshua, chapter 23, it says, 1 of you routs 1,000. because the Lord your God fights for you, just as he promised. And in the first chapter of Joshua, he says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And in the book of Romans, chapter 8, it says, what then shall we say in response to these things? If God is for us, who can be against us?